HOA president ruined her own marriage. The HOA president ruined her own marriage. Every person in our apartment complex in Phoenix hated Karen Mitchell, and honestly, she worked hard for it. She drove around in a little golf cart every morning like she owned the place, writing fake parking tickets, measuring people's grass with a ruler, and yelling at teenagers for skateboarding near the mailboxes. One time, she fined my neighbor $75 because his trash can was visible from the sidewalk for 10 extra minutes after pickup day. Nobody could stand her, especially this guy named Marcus, who worked night shifts at Home Depot and just wanted peace and quiet after work. Karen targeted Marcus constantly. She complained his truck was too loud even though it was stock. She reported him for suspicious activity because he carried tools into his apartment at 3 in the morning. Then she started posting passive-aggressive notes on everyone's doors saying the community needed higher standards. Meanwhile, her husband Dan was the nicest guy ever. He coached Little League, grilled burgers for everybody on Memorial Day, and always apologized for Karen's behavior without actually saying it out loud. One Friday afternoon, Marcus came home exhausted after a 12-hour shift. He parked in his assigned spot, walked upstairs, and fell asleep on the couch. About an hour later, he heard pounding on his door. Karen stood there holding her phone like a police officer. She said his truck tire was touching the white parking line, and if he didn't move it immediately, she'd have it towed. Marcus looked outside, and the tire wasn't even over the line. It barely touched it. Marcus finally snapped. He told Karen she needed a hobby, a therapist, or maybe both. Karen gasped like someone insulted the American flag. She started recording him with her phone, yelling that she felt threatened. Neighbors opened their doors because this woman caused drama literally every weekend. Then Dan walked over from the pool area holding a bag of Wendy's for dinner. The second he realized Karen was recording Marcus again, his whole face changed. Dan said, "Karen, seriously?" She kept going anyway. She said Marcus was dangerous, disrespectful, and probably breaking HOA rules every single day. Then Marcus pulled out his phone. Quietly, he showed Dan an entire folder full of videos. Karen snooping through windows, Karen dumping dog poop bags near people's doors, Karen scratching a neighbor's car because she was mad about a parking spot. The whole courtyard went silent. Quick pause, hit like and subscribe. Back to the story. Dan looked physically sick watching those videos. Then Marcus said something that made everything worse. He said Karen spent more time spying on neighbors than spending time with her own husband. At first, everybody thought that was just a random insult. Then this older lady from Building C suddenly said, "Well, maybe that's because she's always at the gym with Trevor." Dan slowly turned toward Karen. Now everybody knew Trevor. 24 years old, personal trainer, drove a white Mustang, wore tank tops even during winter. Karen's face instantly turned bright red. She started screaming that none of this was relevant, but Dan grabbed her phone right out of her hand. Apparently, she forgot her messages popped up on the lock screen. Dan read one text, then another. His expression completely changed. Without saying a word, he handed Karen her wedding ring back, right there, in front of the entire apartment complex. Somebody near the pool actually dropped their beer from shock. Karen kept trying to explain, but Dan just walked away carrying his cold Wendy's bag. The craziest part? Nobody followed Karen. Nobody defended her. Everyone just stood there quietly because deep down, every single person was thinking the exact same thing. After years of controlling everybody else's lives, Karen finally lost control of her own.